Hello. Hello, hello. I am doing my best to wear 10 outfits a year, not as a harsh rule, but as a touchstone for a functional, highly worn wardrobe. And I've based it on wardrobes from roughly 1900 to 1950, which is about when the clothing closet explosion began, the 1950s. So I take inspiration from that time period as an approach to how many clothes to have, how to care for clothing, how to extend wear all year round, despite whatever weather you have, no matter how drastic your seasonal changes are, how to get really good wear out of the core of your wardrobe all year round. So, I wanted to introduce my 10 and describe a little bit about what I hope to change or aspects that I'm still struggling with, as it's an ongoing project of mine. Currently, my lifestyle is incredibly casual, and I have chosen these outfits because my 2-year old can paint me in peanut butter and then I can put them in the wash machine and not worry about it. So it has to be like very hard wearing clothing for me at this phase of my life. That's essential. It really constrains what I want to wear, what I want to have to deal with cleaning. And I am looking forward to being out of the smallest child phase so that I can wear things that I enjoy a little more. But I did find a way to enjoy my clothing and make it functional for my current hyper casual lifestyle. That said, at the end, I'm going to say a few things about what I would change if I were currently in a stuffy office job that would require different clothing, if it wasn't a jeans and tees kind of place. So, the core of mine, the casual stuff that I am wearing literally every week and have been for months now and still am excited to put on, pretty amazing, is a rainbow of monochrome, pretty much jeans and tees. I do have one shirt button up, and I have one pair of linen blend trousers. And I think other than that, it's jeans and tees. I've got red, I've got coral pink, yellow, green, light blue, lilac, and rainbow jeans. And then I have a couple of tees that I will wear with the rainbow jeans, but most of the time, at least half the time, I choose the same coral pink graphic print tee to wear with the rainbow. But I do feel like it's worth mentioning that I have a couple other t-shirts that I try out or you know, I occasionally will wear instead. I've got a golden yellow. I've got a an aqua that I think is a little choky at the neck because I never choose it. And then I have a lavender that's a little bit dull and a little bit gray for my palette that I thought would go with my lilac jeans, and then it just didn't. So I stuck with my old button up shirt instead. So those are my 7 hard wearing daily life outfits that have been very much on repeat. And it feels like enough. I I really do wear them every week. I have some sweatshorts and sweatpants that I wear at home on the weekend that it doesn't count as part of the 10. Um, and I don't, I need them. I need them sometimes. I need them when I'm exhausted or I'm sick. But I would like to elevate them at some point. They do match though, it's still monochrome. I have an extra coral pink tee to go with my coral pink sweatshorts. I have an extra green tee to go with my green sweatpants. I have a gray pair of sweatpants that I'll wear with any color tee. Head to toe gray is just a little depressing to me. It feels a little dreary and a little sad. So I didn't go monochrome on that one. Anyway, I would very much like to upgrade my my sleepwear is I think what I'm going to call that category, sleepwear and fitness wear, which I do have suggested amounts of those types of clothing in the 10 outfits year round style guide on the website. So that leaves me with 3 outfits to make 10 that are different. These are my dress up outfits. This is what I get to wear when I have something a little fancier to do if I'm away from my children for for a few hours. This is something that I could put on. So I have a bright limeish green pair of linen trousers with a matching ruffle blouse that is sheer. I am obsessed with that. I also have a wool blazer that goes pretty well with it. That is probably my favorite outfit currently. I have a new to me custom medieval dress, which is very uh, theatrical. It's very costume, but like it wasn't, hundreds of years ago. That was a real thing to wear every day. For some people, maybe not with the sleeves for everybody, but in my in my future vision, I'm hoping that I can actually wear it like weekly, like when we're out of the sticky fingers phase, that might be something I could actually just wear, especially with skirt hikes or something to make it a little more functional at home for going up and down the stairs and throwing on an apron to do cooking or scrubbing or what have you. And it's sort of an outlier in my wardrobe for its color. It's darker than my palette is. It's a little cooler green than my greens go. But I'm still obsessed and I want to have it in other colors. One day, maybe, if I've proven that I will actually wear it enough to warrant that. And then my third outfit, which is just as unreasonable for daily wear, is this pink column, one shoulder dress, floor length, that the one sleeve you tie it yourself. And it is also off palette. It is more of a hot pink than my coral pinks, but I still love it. I love the shock of color. I love the shape and the slinkiness. I just love it. It's such a hawk animal familiar dress. And I feel good in it, even if I'm just dressing up and doing a little painting or something like that, something to entertain myself. Those are my 10 outfits for year round. I've got my day wear, I've got my occasion wear. I have some additional pieces that add on and layer to make those 10 outfits work for different formality situations, work for different temperature situations. I have some blazers, jackets that I'd like to have one for each of the colors, each of my rainbow colors that I'm wearing regularly. I have cotton crewneck sweaters. Again, I'd like to have a sweater for each. Well, I still am interested in the Coatigan approach, which might just be my blazers if they're casual enough. Like it has to be dressy enough that I feel like it elevates the outfit, but it also has to be casual enough that I can wear it at home if I'm feeling a bit chilled. But before I get to the base layers where I have some cotton, some merino, mock neck, thin long sleeve tops that I can put under or wear on their own if I wanted to. And it helps extend the 10 outfits for different seasons and for different occasions. Can you guess from this which fantasy subtype I have in mind for myself? I mentioned the hawk animal familiar that gives me the long line of color. I'm choosing bold colors. If I were to make substitutions, which I'm hoping to in a few years, I would change the jeans out for trousers. I would change the tees out for blouses that are sleek and have some vertical element, like the vertical ruffles on the green one that I'm in love with. And then of course I'd have my jackets in each of the colors to like complete the outfit and make it warmer or cooler depending on if I put on the jacket. And I would have nicer shoes. My footwear is definitely an area that I need to upgrade as I'm able to. So pause the video and take a guess and leave it in the comments if you have a guess in mind. That would be really fun to see. I think it's really hard to guess when it's so casual and there are very few accessories to go off of. So even if I can tell you what I would do, what I'm going to do to make my substitutions, to make it dressier, because that's my preference, it's still difficult for someone else to imagine what I have in mind for myself. But now I'm going to tell you what I have in mind. The subtype is Sea Witch. That's who I have in mind for myself right now with my looks. I also wanted to say what I would do if I needed to switch gears quickly and go work at an office where jeans and tees are definitely not allowed. If they allowed color, I would do what I just mentioned with the trousers and the blouses and the jackets and the nicer shoes. If that bold color is not appropriate for that office, I would pick 3 dark neutrals or variations on them for suits. Mine would be charcoal, maybe with a pinstripe, or maybe just a slightly lighter version of charcoal, and then a navy suit. And then I would have multiple 6, 7, 8 blouses or button-up shirts, probably in white or off-white, possibly the identical top, because I am choosing a uniform approach if I have an office environment that seems just like a uniform to me, and there's just not a lot of options for adding personality. I would make it as simple and uniform as possible, count it as 3 of the 10 outfits, and then I would have 7 to choose for weekend wear and occasion wear and the stuff where I would go full on with personality. Have I intrigued you to trying your own 10 outfits for year round? Roughly 10. How much does your work restrict your clothing? How much does it restrict the amount of personality you can put into your choices? Or if you are at home like I am, how much do you struggle with trying to, it's still the same struggle as trying to put personality into something that's functional enough for home. Because when you're home, you need to be comfortable, you need to be able to put on an apron or overalls and do dirty work. But you also need to feel good answering the door. You need to feel good when you catch your own reflection. You need to feel good about yourself for the day with what you've chosen. What are the struggles that you're having, and how would you see that playing out in limiting your wardrobe to roughly 10 core outfits for year round? That's it for this video, and I will see you again next time.